आरम्भं करोतु महोदय। नमस्ते।
ओके। वक्रतुण्ड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणे विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। गुरुब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। ओम सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्वी नवदित्तमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः।
धन्यवादः। भवान् अनुवदति वा? महेश्वराणि सूत्राणि वदामः वा? एकनिमिषं शेर् स्क्रीन् करोमि। अथ माहेश्वराणि सूत्राणि।
अथ माहेश्वराणि सूत्राणि।
अ इ उण् ऋलिक् ए उङ् ऐ औच् हयवरट् लन् न्यमङ् झभञ् घढधश् जबगडदश् खफ छठ थ चटतव चटतव कपय्य शसर् हल् इति माहेश्वराणि सूत्राणि। उत्पन्नस्थानानां श्लोकः। अकुह विसर्जनीयानां कण्ठः विसर्जनीयानां कण्ठः
विसर्जनीयानां कण्ठः
इचुयशानां तालु ऋटुरषाणां मूर्धा ऋटुरषाणां मूर्धा लितुलसानां दन्ताः उपुपद्मानीयानाम् ओष्ठौ उपपद्मानीयानां पद्मानीयानाम् ओष्ठौ क्षम्यताम् न्यमङ्गणनानां नासिका च एदैतोः कण्ठतालु ओदौतोः कण्ठोष्ठम् कंठ ओष्ठम तो कंठोष्ठम वकारस्य दन्तोष्ठम जिह्वामूलीयस्य जिह्वामूलम् नासिका अनुस्वारस्य उत्तमं धन्यवादः। तो अग्रिमकक्षायां कोऽपि स्वयं वक्तुं शक्नोति वा? माहेश्वराणि सूत्राणि तदनन्तरम् उत्पन्नस्थानानां श्लोकः।
अहं प्रयत्नं करोमि।
भाग्या महोदय भवती एकवारं करोतु अग्रिमवासरे तदनन्तरम् अन्यत् कोऽपि द्वयमपि भवती प्रार्थनाश्लोकानि श्लोकाः तदनन्तरं माहेश्वरसूत्राणि तदनन्तरम् उत्पन्नस्थानानां श्लोकः उत्तमम्
भाग्या महोदय तदनन्तरं अहं वदामि
उत्तमं तदनन्तरम् अग्रिमवासरे हारप्रसाद महोदय उत्तमम् इदानीम् अहं कथां वदामि अद्यतनकथा तु किञ्चित् सन्धिकार्यं किञ्चित् अधिकमेव अस्ति तु सम्यक् शृण्वन्तु एकनिमिषम् मम अपि तु उच्चारणम् अधिकं सम्यक् नास्ति तु अहं वेगेन न वदामि अद्यतनकथा अस्मत् पाठशाला इयम् अस्मत् पाठशाला अत्रागच्छति छात्रगणः प्रतिदिनं विद्यार्जनाय अस्मिन् विद्यालये नेकान् विषयान् विविधा भाषाश्च शिष्या आचार्येभ्यः शिक्षन्ते शिक्षका अपि तान् अति स्नेहेन शिक्षयन्ति अस्य विद्यामन्दिरस्य पुरो विस्तीर्णं प्राङ्गणमस्ति अस्मिंश्च कुमारा विश्रान्तसमये कन्दुकैः क्रीडन्ति अस्य प्राङ्गणस्य एकदेशे अल्पकं रमणीयम् उद्यानं वर्तते that two sentences प्राङ्गणम् इत्युक्ते there is a field okay प्राङ्गणस्य एकदेशे अल्पकम् एकदेशे इत्युक्ते on one side अल्पकं small रमणीयम् उद्यानं वर्तते तस्मिन् वृक्षकारोपणं बालका एव कुर्वन्ति अन्यस्मिन् प्रदेशस्य प्राङ्गणस्य व्यायामशाला अपि वर्तते व्यायामम् इत्युक्ते एक्सर्सैज व्यायामशाला अपि वर्तते अस्यां च बाला अध्ययनानन्तरं शरीर वृद्ध्यर्थं व्यायामं सेवन्ते छात्राः पाठशालां प्रतिदिनं गत्वा स्वपाठान् पठत Did you understand the gist? You don't understand every word. The gist of the katha.
Yes.
So, Haraprasad Madhya, what did you understand about the katha? What did you get out of it?
Well, there's a school. Students go to the school, and in nearby there is a Maidan. There's a field. People at the Vishranti time, students play there, and one side is a Udyana, and I don't know what else.
What do they do in that Udyanam? Does anyone remember? What do they do in that Udyanam?
Vyayamam.
Kumaras Kandukam they play. So the boys or youth.
There is also, do you remember something about Vriksharopanam?
Yes.
Planting of trees.
The Balaha eva Vrikshapanam kurvanti. Vriksharopanam kurvanti. Okay. On the other side of the Maidan, what else is there?
Vyayam.
There is an exercise mandiram. That's what they call it. And there they go there for exercising every day. So in the end, there's a thing that they're saying, Balas, all of you go and study iti. Tadeva. Okay.
But
so
also in the beginning, they spoke about teachers and students.
Yes. What did you understand?
Learning in different languages or
yes.
And
how
very
do they teach?
lovingly learning.
Yes. Very good. Snehena pathayanti. Uttamam. Okay. So if you see that katha, you might get a little bit worried, but please don't worry. Okay. 1 minute. All right. So here it is. So if you see it, there is a lot of Sandhi Karyam happening here. Can you see everybody?
Yeah.
So when you read it slowly, actually the Sandhi Karyam, but if you read it properly, that Sandhi Karyam is actually, it's not worrisome. Kimartham ityukte? Iyam asmat pathashala. If you look at that word, it looks like one mishranam only. But if you read it slowly, Iyam asmat pathashala. Ityukte kim?
This is our school.
This is our school.
This is our
Oh,
school.
this is
Iyam
our
asmat
school.
pathashala. Okay, let's go in order. We'll read one more line. And we'll finish the story once. It's useful. This, for some reason, I think people shy away from reading our literature because it looks hard. But the thing is, because Sanskrit is a spoken language, if we can pronounce it properly and say it with the correct stops and the correct way, you will find that you understand the harder words also. When you break it down, it's easy to understand. Tadeva asti. So if like by the end of this year, like my hope is I can put up a Panchatantra story, we can read it and we can analyze it together. I don't even have to prepare and we can start, going through and analyzing it together. It'll be fun to, in the end, it's a bhasha. We want to be able to read and speak. So tadeva asmakam laksham asti. So Sambhashanam tu tadrisham na kurmaha, tadeva tadapi karaniyam, parantu patanyam api karaniyam, so dvayam api kartum prayatnam kurmaha, tadeva asti. So Haraprasad Mahodaya, then Vijay Sundaram Mahodaya, Bhagya Mahodaya, then Hina Mahodaya, Vijay Menon Mahodaya, Preeti Mahodaya, Hemrani Mahodaya, Rajashri Mahodaya.
Dvaivakyam?
Shamita?
Dvaivakyam?
Vakyadvayam vaktum shaknuvanti.
Okay.
Prathamataya.
Iyam asmat pathashala atra agacchati chhatraganaha pratidinam vidya
Vidyarjanaya.
Vidyarjanaya, that is Vidya Arjanaya.
Samyak. Tatra sandhika?
That is a Dirgha Sandhi.
Samyak. Savarna Dirgha Sandhi. Go back to the first word. Iyam asmat pathashala. Tatra sandhi astiva nastiva. Iyam asmat.
Here there is no Sandhi.
Iyam asmat. Tatra there is only Ganita Aksharam.
Correct.
Uttamam. Pathashala, asmat pathashala tatrapi sanyuktaktara. Sanyogah eva abhavat. Uttamam.
Correct.
Uttamam. Agre. Atragacchati.
Atra agacchati. There is a Sandhi there. No. Becomes Hasva and Dirgha Akara.
And they become a Dirgha A. So what Sandhi happens?
It is a Savarna Dirgha.
Savarna Dirgha Sandhi. Uttamam. Chhatra Ganaha ityukte kim?
Chhatra Ganaha is a group of students.
Very good. Chhatranam Ganaha iti Chhatra Ganaha. Pratidinam Vidyarjanaya. Vidyarjanaya ityukte kim?
To earn Vidya.
Exactly. Vidyarjanaya. Bahu samyak. Tatra vibhakti ka? Vidyarjanaya?
Fourth.
Samyak. Bahuttamam. Vijay Sundara Mahodaya Bhavan karotu agreement. That's a long statement. So just do one, if you don't mind. Because I want to make sure everybody has one. Mahodaya, asti va? Bhavan mute madhya. Pathati.
Asmin vidyalaye nekan visheshayan vividha bhashascha shishya acharyebhyah. Okay.
Shikshante. Shikshante. So tata kriya padam kim? Because this is a long statement, no, what we should do is we should do anvaya, a little bit of anvaya to understand. So what is the kriya padam there?
Shikshayante.
Shikshante. Shikshante ityukte kim?
Shikshante means teaching.
Learning. Shikshati is to teach. Shikshante is to pathanam. Pathanam correct.
Okay.
So pathanti iti. Pathanti iti kriya padam. Idanim ke pathanti? Because atra vachanam kim? Shikshante.
Shikshante is madhyama.
It's uttama. It's a prathama purusha only. But what vachanam is it? ante iti asti chet.
ante.
Vandate, vandete, vandante.
Okay. Atmanepadi.
Atmanepadi bahuvachanam.
Bahuvachanam. Okay.
So that means the kartrapadam also has to be in which vachanam?
Atmanepadi.
Bahuvachanam.
Bahuvachanam.
Bahuvachanam. Okay. So ke shikshante, who studies?
Asmin vidyalaye kan visheshan vivita bhasha shishya.
Very good. Shishya. Parantu tatra bahuvachane katham bhavati? Shishyah, shishyau?
Shishyaha.
Tatra kim abhavat?
That visarga is that dropped.
Exactly. Visargasya lopaha abhavat. Tatra sandhi karyam abhavat. Good. Shishyaha shikshante. Idanim shishyaha kan shikshante. What do they study?
Vigyan vivita bhasha.
Uttamam. So vishayan, anekan vishayan. So let's first break this word down. This vidyalaye nekan iti etat padam asti khalu?
Yes.
So can you see what two words are there here?
Vidyalaye anekan.
Vidyalaye anekan. This is something called Purva Rupa Sandhi. We'll do it later. Okay, it is part of our Shiksha. Vidyalaye anekan. There are A plus A becomes A with a avagraha chinnam. Vidyalaye anekan vishayan. So kan pathanti te?
Vigyanam vivita bhasha.
Anekan vishayan. Prathamam. Anekan vishayan. Anantaram kim pathanti te?
Acharyebhyah.
Bhashaha api santi.
Bhashas.
So atra vividhaha bhashaha sha iti bhavati tatra.
Okay.
Bhashaha ityukte kim?
Means languages.
Vividhaha bhashaha ityukte kim?
Different languages.
They learn different languages. Bhashaha. So they can't pathanti kalug no chet kaha pathanti. Because this is also in Dvitiya Vibhakti Bahuvachanam. But in Dvitiya Vibhakti Bahuvachanam, what happens to an Akaranta Padam? How does it go? Rama. Can you say what happens in Dvitiya Vibhakti Bahuvachanam for Rama Shabdaha? Rama Rami Ramaha.
Rame Ramaha. Ramam. Ramo Rama.
Ramahana. Rama. So Rama Rame Ramaha. And Dvitiya Vibhaktya? Ramam Rame Ramaha eva.
Yeah.
It stays as Ramaha. This is Vishayaha is Pullinga. So in Dvitiya Vibhakti becomes Vishayan. Here Bhashaha is in Strilinga Akaranta. So in Dvitiya Vibhakti it stays as Bhashaha.
Yes.
So what has happened to the Visarga?
It dropped.
Look at it carefully. Bhashaha cha. What is that letter there?
Okay, Bhashaha cha. Yeah, so there is a sandhi.
There is a sandhi. The Visarga has become a Shakara. Can you see that? Bhashascha.
Yeah.
So, and this Vividhaha, because Bhashaha, Ekanimsham, Adi, you're too loud. Can you go, Papa? Bhashaha, Tatra, Vividhaha is the adjective for Bhashaha. It is describing Bhashaha. Can you see that?
Yeah.
So that also has to be in Bahuvachanam.
Yes.
Vividhaha. So what has happened to the Visarga there?
Dropped.
Exactly. So there is a Visarga Lopaha and a Visargasya Shakaraha. That Shakara has become. Okay. So now Shishyaha Santi te Shikshante. Anekan Vishayan Vividhaha Bhashaha cha Shikshante. Kutra Shikshante?
Vidyalaye.
Asmin Vidyalaye Shikshante. So they study in this school. Kutaha. From whom do they learn?
Acharyebhyah.
So what is that vibhakti there?
It's a Panchami Vibhakti.
Samyak. Panchami Vibhakti Bahuvachanam. Acharyebhyah Shikshante. That was a complicated sentence. Did you understand? Did it make sense?
Yeah.
Did you understand how we broke it down? You start with the verb. Then you look at the Kartripada. Then you see, because it is Bahuvachanam, and then you see what are they doing. And you have to see where, by looking at what it should be, you can see where the Sandhi happened. Okay? Did that make sense?
Yeah, very good exercise.
Good. Okay. Agre. Bhagya Mahodi Bhavati Karotu. Agree. I think the next two small sentences, so you can do the next two.
Shikshakaha शिक्षकाः अपि तान् अतिस्नेहेन शिक्षयन्ति.
बहु सम्यक्. प्रथमं शिक्षकाः तत्र किम् अभवत्?
विसर्गलोपः अभवत्.
why did you say शिक्षकाः?
Because शिक्षयन्ति.
तत्र बहुवचनमस्ति तो शिक्षकाः. उत्तमं. तान् अतिस्नेहेन, you broke it down beautifully. So तत्र सन्धि कार्यं कुत्र?
सन्धि नास्ति महोदय, just अक्षरसंयोग.
Very good. सन्धि नास्ति एव, केवलम् अत्र विसर्गस्य सन्धि शिक्षकाः, परन्तु everything else is संयोगः. You'll see a lot of that happening when we do our kavya kathas. Not in our kavya kathas in the textbook, but if you do a sahityam, any sahityam, they'll do a lot of this. They make words and they mix it up together. Even though there's no sandhi, they just put it together. Because when we read it, it's about reading, how to read it. Tadeva. Agrimam api karotu, Mahodi.
Asya vidya mandirasya puro vistirnam pranganam asti. Atra asya vidya mandirasya.
Sandhi asti va tatra?
विद्या मन्दिरस्य न महोदय, सन्धि नास्ति.
न, संयोगः एव. अग्रिमं पुरो.
संयोग. पुरः सन्धि, विसर्गसन्धिः.
सम्यक्. सो विसर्गस्य उकारः अभवत्, ओकारः अभवत्.
ओकारः अभवत्. विस्तीर्णं प्राङ्गणम् अस्ति. अत्रापि सन्धि नास्ति.
बहु उत्तमं. सन्धि नास्ति, तत्र केवलं संयोगः. बहु सम्यक्. तत्र is there anything that is confusing anybody about meaning? Everything is okay? चिन्ता नास्ति खलु? So look at this, okay? Just because it's there, शिक्षन्ते इति अस्ति, शिक्षयन्ति इति अस्ति. एकत्र तत्र शिक्षयन्ति इति तत्र it is a causative verb. One is शिक्षते, they are learning. शिक्षयन्ति इति तत्र they are teaching. It is a causative. प्रेरणा भवति तत्र learn iti, pathatu iti, shikshayatu tatra. So there is something called nich pratyaya. We'll do that also as part of our course. But one is there is pathati, then there is pathayati. Pathayati is the prerana. Pathatu iti prerana. That is that nich pratyaya. Same way, shikshate, shikshayanti iti, tatra nich pratyaya. You'll see this. As you see it and as you recognize it, no, it will become easier when we study it. Tadeva bhavati.
Mahoday, when you say prerana means somebody teaching, right? That's what
but they are asking you to learn.
Learn.
Pathati iti asti. Ekatra tu chhatrah pathati. Parantu shikshakah vadati pathatu iti. Pathatu. Aham pathayami. Bhavantu pathatu. Prerayati. Tadeva nich pratyayah iti vadamaha.
Understood. Dhanyavad.
That same root only they take. That pat dhatu, they take the dhatu, and in one they add the nich pratyaya. And the nich pratyaya is that causative. It causes the other person.
Patayati. Okay.
It's brilliant. In English, all that is not there. There's no mix and match. But here, that pat is the dhatu. Studying is the dhatu. And in one, the person is studying, the other one, the person is being made to study. Tadrisham asti. So that is our, that is the beauty. Sanskrit, everywhere you can see like that.
This Mahoday, this Tan iti.
So read it slowly, Mahodaya. Read it slowly. Read that word slowly.
Just a minute. Tan idis.
Tan ati.
Tan ati. Adis stene.
Snehena.
Snehena. Okay.
So tan. Tan. Shikshakaha shikshayanti. Kan shikshayanti. Who do they teach? Kan shikshayanti.
Shikshaka.
Chatran.
Chatran. Okay.
Shishyan pathayanti. Kalu shikshayanti. So tan is the pointing to the chatran.
Okay.
Ati snehena. Sneha rupena shikshayanti.
Okay. Adi snehena.
They teach with that sneha bhava.
Okay.
They're not, dictators. They are teaching nice, lovingly. Tadeva.
No bombarding.
Who's next?
I said no bombarding.
Huh?
I said no bombarding.
No bombarding. Is it too much bombarding?
No, I'm saying
No, not.
no. I'm saying they are not bombarding.
Oh, yes. Yes. Sometimes I bombard, so I'm sorry. Who's next?
Yeah, I will.
Vadatum, Bhagini.
अस्मिंश्च कुमारा विश्रान्ति समये कन्दुकैः क्रीडन्ति.
Samyak. Tatra kim bhavat?
अस्मिंच कुमारा means all this. Kumara means all young boys.
Samyak. Tatra vachanam kim?
Kumaraha means
So kim bhavat?
So many students, so many young boys.
So Visarga was there, but what happened?
Visarga is there. Kumaraha.
So Tatra Visarga?
Visarga. Lopaha.
Visargasya lopaha bhavat. Sandhi karyam. Look at that asminscha also. The word there. What is the words there? There are two words.
Asmin and cha.
Samyak. Asmin and cha. When asmin and cha meet up, like Sanskritam, that sakara comes added, no? Like that for this also one cha comes, one sha will come up. Asmin cha. You'll see that when we do chitchana pratyaha, when we do it today, one sa will suddenly just creep in there. So that's what is happening here. We'll learn this. When we do as Visarga Sandhi, we'll learn this. Asmin cha. Tadeva. Agree. That's not Visarga Sandhi. That's, sorry. That is with Halanta. We'll do that later. Then Vishraman, Vishranti Samaye. Tatra Sandhya Bhavatva.
No.
No. Tatra Kevalam Sanyoga.
Sanyogam, yeah. Kandukaihi. With it is a third vibhakti with
Uttamam.
yeah. With balls. Yeah.
Kandukani Dwara.
Kandukani Dwara. Yeah. Kridanti.
Uttamam. Can you just 1 second? I don't know how many people are there. I don't know if I have enough sentences left. I think we might have to do one only. Shamitam. Because
okay.
Shamitam. The next person will do the next sentence. Dhanyawad.
Okay.
Next.
Is it me? Okay. Asya Pranganasyaikadeshe Alpakam.
Samyak. Pranganasyaikadeshe Alpakam. Okay. Now you said that Alpakam correctly. So can you first identify the Sandhi Karyam that happened there? You don't know what it is. But can you see that there is a Sandhi that happened here?
Yes. You mentioned earlier that.
So Deshe Alpakam. Ekara plus Akara, when they meet up, they do funny things. So there's one Avagraha Chinham. Can you see what Sandhi Karyam has happened here?
Yeah. Pranganasya.
You know this Sandhi Karyam. What is
okay,
the...
Yeah. It is A plus A.
A plus A. So what is it called?
A plus A is called Gunasanti, no?
What are the Gunaksharas? Let's
sorry, A plus, sorry, A, Vriddhi Santi.
Very good. We look at the end Akshara. The end Akshara is I. So I, Au, and A are all Vriddhi letters. So this I is actually Vriddhi Sandhi. Bahusamyak. So Pranganasya Ekadeshe Alpakam.
Ramaniyam Mudyanam Vartate.
So look at that word Ramaniyam Mudyanam. Tatra Sandhi Karyam Abhavatva.
Ramaniyam Mudyanam. Yes, there is a Sandhi.
What is the Sandhi?
Maybe Ramaniyam plus Udyanam.
Ramaniyam Udyanam. Samyakeva. Tatra, is there any Varna Vikaraha?
No. Ramaniyam. No, it's just
it's a Gunitaksharam.
Gunitaksharam.
So Tatra Kevalam Sanyoga.
Sanyoga.
Only the Gunitaksharam. The Makara plus Ukara has become Mu. That Gunitaksharam. Mamma, Mimi, Mumu, no? That Mu. It has just become Mu put together. It has just been written together. But there's no change.
Okay.
So there's Sandhi Karyam Nasti.
Nasti. Sandhi Karyam.
So what does this statement mean?
That Pranganasya Ekadeshe Alpakam Ramaniyam means Ramaniyam is what? Is it?
Ramaniyam, that is where the Rama Shabda comes. Ramate. Ramate ityukte to enjoy. Ramaniyam iti Sundaram.
Oh, okay. So Sundara Udyanam is there on one side of the Pranganam. That's
Correct. Ramaniyam Udyanam. Tatra, it's what we studied, the first topic we studied. What is it? What bhava is it? You remember? Udyanam. Kidrisham Udyanam.
Oh, Vishesha
Vishesha Visheshana bhavaha. Tatra Visheshyam asti Udyanam. Visheshanam asti Ramaniyam. That's why these kathas are so beautiful. You can revise everything we studied. Okay. Agreka.
मम पर्याय
वदतु महोदय.
तस्मिन् वृक्षक आरोपणं बालका एव कुर्वन्ति. तस्मिन् वृक्षक आरोपणम् अत्र सवर्णदीर्घसन्धि अस्ति. वृक्षक अयोगः आरोपण सम्यक्. बालकाः अत्र विसर्गस्य लोपः अभवत्.
सम्यक् कुर्वन्ति. तत्र अन्यत् किमपि अस्ति वा तत्र?
न
नास्ति. उत्तमम् उत्तमम्. Okay.
But that Vrikshaka Aropanam, there is a Vrikshat.
Tatra there is a word Vrikshaka iti. Vrikshaka iti ekam padam asti. Vrikshaka. Tatra there are so many different words for the same thing. Khalo.
Okay.
Vrikshaka is the group of trees iti. Vrikshaka is group of trees. They are making it a samuha there. So I think so. Tadeva asti khalu Preeti Mahoday?
Ekameva Mahoday. Small tree.
Vrikshaka iti small tree. Oh, okay. Vrikshakanam aropanam. So the small trees, they are growing small trees iti. Tatra. Vrikshaka iti. Okay. Dhanyavadha. Agreka? Hina Mahoday. Tina Mahoday.
Hemrani.
Hemrani.
Okay. Anyasmin pradeshesya pranganasya vyayam shalapi vartate.
Samyak. Okay. Tatra, can you see what words are there? There are three words.
Anya asmin pradeshe asya.
Anyasmin eva tadeva asti. It's not anya. It is actually you can, if you do anya plus asmin, what will happen? Tatra sandhi kim bhavati tatra? Anya plus asmin. Anyasmin iti bhavati kalu. Dirgham bhavati kalu tatra. So this is only anyasmin.
Okay.
It is conjugated like a sarvanama padam, like etasmin, like that, So anyasmin. So it is a sarvanama padam. So anyasmin. Okay. Next. What is the next word?
Pradeshe.
Samyak. And the last word?
Asya.
Asya. Etasya iti asya. Adas shabdasya asya. Shashti vibhakti. Samyak. So anyasmin pradeshe asya. Continue.
Pranganasya.
So maidanasya. Oh, Kshamidam. Asmin pradeshe. Is there a sandhi there? Asmin pradeshe.
No sandhi.
No sandhi. Kevalam sanyogaha. Pradeshe asya. Tatra sandhi abhavatva.
Pradeshe. A plus A becomes avagraha.
That is A plus A will become A plus avagraha chinnam. Very good. There is a sandhi karyam there. You can hear the difference. We don't know what it is, but there is a varna vikaraha. Khalu. It is not anyasmin pradeshe asya. It is anyasmin pradeshesya. That's how you say it. So there is a definite change. So there is sandhi karyam. Pranganasya. Agrimam padam patatu tatra.
Vyayam shalapi.
There, when we do it, we don't use the avagraha chinham. We just write it as shalapi. So what would it be?
It is api.
So what
Vyayam shala api vartate.
So vyayama shala api. Tatra sandhi ka? Don't worry about the chinnam. That I'll leave that avagraha chinnam out. That is vikalpena bhavati. So if you had got vyayama shalapi, shala api has become shalapi. So sandhi ka tatra.
Dirgha.
Yes.
Dirgha.
Avarna dirgha sandhi.
Savarna.
Akaraha plus akaraha becomes akaraha. Uttam.
Okay.
Vyayama shala. Tatra vyayama shala iti tatra sandhi abhavat va?
No.
नास्ति केवलं मिलित्वा लिखितवन्तः ओके राजश्री महोदय भवती वाक्यद्वयम् अन्तिमवाक्यद्वयं पठतु
नमस्ते महोदय
नमस्ते
अस्यां च बाला अध्ययनानन्तरं शरीरवृद्ध्यर्थं व्यायामं सेवन्ते
इदानीं वदतु कुत्र सन्धि अभवत्
अस्यां च बालाः ऐ थिङ्क् विसर्गलोपः
सम्यक् किमर्थम् इत्युक्ते
स्टूडेंट्स
सेवन्ते इति बहुवचनं सो बालाः उत्तमम् अग्रिमम्
अध्ययनानन्तरम् अध्ययन अनन्तरं सवर्णदीर्घ
वेरी गुड सवर्णदीर्घ सन्धि अध्ययन अनन्तरं देयर इट इज it nityam or is it vikalpam there?
I think vikalpam because it are two different words, no?
Adhyayana, is that a full word by itself?
No, adhyayanam is the full word.
So this is a pratipadikam.
Okay.
This is adhyayanasya anantaram. Remember, anantaram you have to use shashti vibhakti. So this is actually a samasta padam. The vibhakti has been dropped.
Okay.
Adhyayana anantaram, adhyayananantaram tatra nityam bhavati. Agrimam vadatu.
Sharira vridhyartham. I think there is no sandhi. Sharira and vridhyartham.
Sharira, you're correct. There's nothing. But look at this one. There are two words here. Can you tell me what the two words are?
Vridhi artham.
Very good. Vridhi plus artham. When you say it fast, it becomes vridhyartham. So that ikara has become what?
Yakara.
That we'll do next. It's called Yanasandhi. Ikara will become Yakara. This is all from, all Sandhi Karyams are from the Prakriti. They are what actually happens. They are taken from there and then they are formulated. So Vridhi Artham actually is Vridhyartham when you say it fast. Tadeva Bhavati. So this is actually Yanasandhi, but don't worry about the word. But there is a definite Sandhi Karyam that has happened here. Okay. Agreement.
But that Sharira, when it is joined, it's not some kind of Sandhi? No.
It is not. You are very correct. Sharira is a Pratipadikam. Correct? But the next, when it joins with Vridhyartham, Vridhi, Sharira Vridhihi. Just look at that. If you look at Sharira Vridhihi, is there a Sandhi that has happened there?
No. Okay.
No. It is a Samasta Padam. It is a compound word. You are correct. Because it is a Pratipadikam there. But because there is no Sandhi Karyam, we don't have to worry about Nityam or Vikalpam. They're just you can just put it together and have no worries. But you cannot write Sharira Vridhi separately. You have to write Sharira Vridhi together only because it is a compound word.
Okay.
But there is no Sandhi Karyam that happened there. That's why we don't worry about it at this point in time. Very good question. Perfect. Okay. Rajashri Mahade Bhavati Vadati.
Sharira Vridhyartham Vyayamam Sevante.
Tatra Vyayamam iti एक संपूर्ण पदम अस्ति विभक्ति का तत्र
द्वितीया
सम्यक् उत्तमम् अग्रे पठतु
छात्राः पाठशालां प्रतिदिनं गत्वा स्वपाठान् पठत
उत्तमं टेल मी फर्स्ट पठत
कञ्चन महोदय अपि अस्ति
ओ कञ्चन महोदय भवती अहं क्षम्यतां न दृष्टवती भवती वक्तुं शक्नोति वा महोदय कञ्चन महोदय चिंता मास्तु राजेश
अनन्तरं वदामि महोदय
चिंता मास्तु राजश्री महोदय भवती समापयतु वदतु
छात्राः पाठशालां प्रतिदिनं गत्वा स्वपाठान् पठत
उत्तमं तत्र पठत इति क्रियापदं तु तत्र कर्तृपदं किम् पठत व्हाट इज द
मध्यम पुरुष लोट लकार बहुवचनं
सम्यक् सो कर्तृपदं किम्
छात्राः
छात्राः तु नास्ति मध्यम पुरुषः नास्ति
ओ अच्छा ओके
त्वम् इस् एकवचनं यूयम् इति अध्याहृतम् अस्ति Chatraha. So what is Chatraha then? It can't be Prathama Vibhakti. What is it?
Sambodhana.
Sambodhana. It is saying Chatraha. Shrunvantu. Yuyam patata. Iti. Tatra. So you have to be careful there. So the rest of this sentence, what is it? Is there any sandhi there?
No.
No, sandhi nasti. Patashalam pratidinam gatva. Gatva iti shabdaha tatra. What is the vivaranam there?
Tva pratyaya, right?
Tvantam. Tatra dhatu kaha? Dhatuhu ka?
Gam.
Gam dhatu. Bahusati. Swapathan. Swapathan ityukte swayam, your own pathaha iti. Tatra. That swa is used as a kind of a upasarga, but it is not exactly. It is similar to an upasarga.
It is an aveya.
Swapathan. Pathata. We'll go into the details a little bit more when I also understand it more. At this point in time, Swapathan, we know what it is. Okay.
Swasya pathan, va?
Swasya pathan. Swasya pathan. So it is a samasta padam.
Samasta padam.
So it is a samasta padam. Okay, thank you. Dhanyavadaha. This is why our class is fantastic. Everybody can throw in things. Okay, let us continue. We are moving.
Mahoday, couple of things.
Vadatu.
Vyayam, is it not a Napumsakalinga word?
Vyayamam. Vyayamam is Napumsakalingam.
Okay, but that word here is in the Dvitiya Vibhakti?
Kimartham bhavaneva vadatu. Sevante. Ke sevante? Who will do? Sevante is they will follow, they will do. Sevante. Ke sevante, who will do?
Who will do? Balaha.
Balaha iti kartrapadam. Te kim sevante? Vyayamam.
Vyayam. So it is the Dvitiya.
That is Dvitiya.
Dvitiya. Oh, got
That
it.
is right.
Okay, got it. And one more question. If I have A, which is a two matra in one of the pada, can I divide that into two A's with ekamatra?
You're saying when you do Sandhi Bichedam.
Sandhi Vichedam.
So when you do Sandhi Bichedam, you have to look, is the word correct or not? You look at the padam, you go into the kosha and you search. Is it a hrasva a or a dirgha a? There is no hard and fast rule that it has to be dirgha or hrasva. Just because you get an a dirgha at the end, it doesn't mean that the first word's ending letter is hrasva and the second word's first letter is hrasva. Just because it is ekamatra, it doesn't become dvimatra. It is ekadesha sandhi. Whether it is dirgha plus dirgha becoming dirgha, or hrasva plus hrasva becoming dirgha, or one of them hrasva, one of them dirgha, they can still become dirgha. So the only way we can tell when we do Sandhi Vicheda is to go to the kosha.
Yeah.
Kosha heva gatihi.
Okay, in the last class, we had an exercise between the samvada between Putri and Amba. Okay, there was a word, Bahun
Utsuka.
Sukasmi. Suk. Yeah, there it is, Suk A. It is a Dirgha A.
Bahu
and that,
Utsuka Asmi. Because the Putri is talking about herself. So that Utsuka is the Visheshanam of the Putri. Aham Utsuka Asmi. Aham Bahu Utsuka Asmi. So
well, I did this as Bahut Sukha Asmi.
I'll show you. Let me see.
Yeah.
I'll type it up. Drishyate va?
Na.
Na drishyate?
No. I'm not seeing. Oh, yeah, okay.
Okay. So this is the word. Bahut Sukasmi.
Sukasmi.
That was the word.
Correct.
Okay. So you look at it. The dirgha letters are happening. There is a dirgha here. There is a dirgha happening here. A. Right? So U and A, there is dirgha. So then you can see, can you split it up? So it goes bahu or it can be bahu. So those are the two options. Then it could be ut or it can be ut. Ut, sorry. Sukha asmi. Now, it could be bahu, it could be u, it could be a. But we know the words, we know these words. That it has
Mahodaya, right there. Now, when they did the Padacheda in the slide, they made it bahut.
No. Look at it.
Yes.
It's utsuka. Ukara. Look, okay, wait. It is bah, that bah plus ukara, bahu, plus ukara plus suka plus a plus smi. Is that okay? Can you guys see this?
Yes,
Am
yes.
Mahoday.
Oh
But
no,
that is
I'm so sorry. I
That
don't know
is
what
not correct.
Why? Why is it not correct?
Because if you look at the slide that has been published, let's go to the slide.
Vriddhi sandhi madhye asti khalu? Atra. Atra.
Yeah. Okay.
You are looking at breaking it up between bahut and sukha. Don't break it up between bahut and sukha. Break it up as bahu utsuka. The word is utsuka, not
It is
sukha.
not just, can it not be bahut, sukha, asmi?
No, the word is utsuka.
There is no word called sukha.
There might be a word called sukha, but there is no word called bahut.
Oh, I see.
You are thinking about Hindi, bahut. This is bahu utsuka.
Okay.
Huh?
I'm sorry. I
Please
was
don't be
wrong.
sorry. These are the questions you bring to class. Don't be sorry.
Okay. All right.
But does it
Okay.
make sense now?
Yes.
Yeah, so there's no word bahut. I thought there's a word called bahut.
No. So anytime you're confused, no, go to the kosha and check. If you go to kosha, kosha, not Sanskrit, and if you put bahut, let's check if it's there. Who knows? There might be also. I might be lying to you. I don't know, but I can't see anything. Bahut.
Yeah.
There is no word like bahut from what I can see. But but bahu is a very commonly used word. So mostly when it's not from those kathas, from those weird textbooks, mostly it will be words that we try to give you that you will know.
Okay.
So bahut is not known. We don't know such a word. So we know bahu. So it will most probably be bahu. Tadeva asti.
Okay. Yeah, it's my mistake. Thank you.
No problem. Everybody, we all make mistakes. Now, we did this Vriddhi Sandhi last week. Before we go on, Etasmin Vasare, in this week's homework, the plan is to give you a pariksha for the last 10 weeks of whatever we've learned. So what have we learned over the last 10 weeks? What is it? What is it that we remember? What have we learned? Let's do a quick revision and then we'll move on because I don't want to spend time archifying on it. Okay.
Sankhya, Purana Pratyaya.
Yes.
Visheshan.
Vishesha Visheshana Bhava, we learned first 10 weeks.
First
And that
10,
you will never leave. That you will find throughout your Sanskrit career. So that is Vishesha. We did Kiyat, we did Kati, we did Sankhya Vachaka, we did
Akarmaka,
Sakarmaka,
Dvikarmaka,
Sakarmaka. Akarmaka,
Anvayaha.
We did Anvayaha. What else? We did Sandhi.
All Sandhis, and not all Sandhis, Savarna, Dirgha Sandhi, Guna Sandhi, and Vriddhi Sandhi.
Very good, very good. Okay, so do we want a review about any of this, or will you be happy just looking at the slides and going over it? And what we are doing as we do, we'll keep pulling out these things as we're doing, or do you want any quick refresher? What do you think?
As far as I'm concerned, slides are good enough.
Okay. Anybody else?
For me, yeah, Sankhya Vachaka, those rules, when it is Vimshati, when it is Trimshat, and all
Okay.
those things.
I'll give you a quick summary of the Sankhya Vachaka. So we have Eka, Dvi, and Tri, and Chatur. These 4 shabdas are special shabdas. Why are they special? Come on.
Because they are linga are
Yes.
Linga
They
Vedaha.
are
Linga
there in all
Veda.
3 lingas. And what else do we have about the Vachana? Eka Shabdaha. What is the Vachana of Eka Shabdaha?
Ekavachana.
Eka Vachana. Dvi?
Dvivachana.
Dvivachana.
3 onwards?
Bahuvachana.
Bahuvachana. Now, that means that they use the Bahuvachananta endings. So far, what have we been saying? We've been saying that they're Bahuvachana because they're pointing to a Bahuvachana. But they also use the Bahuvachananta endings also. Eka Shabdaha use the Ekavachana endings. The Dvi uses the Dvivachana endings. And 3 onwards, up to where uses Bahuvachananta endings?
Up to
19.
Ekonam. I mean, no.
19.
Up to
19.
Navadasha. Up to Navadashan. So up to there, it uses Bahuvachananta endings. So you'll see that Bhyaha, you'll see Bhihi, you'll see Nam, all of that you'll see. Now, after that, Vimshati onwards, what Vachananta endings are there?
Singular.
Ekavachana.
Ekavachananta endings. That is where the confusion lies. Because it is pointing at an Bahuvachana Shabda. But the ending of the Sankhya Vachaka Shabda is Ekavachananta. So you have to be careful. So Vimshati.
Sorry, I missed that.
No, sorry.
So Vimshati onwards, you're saying Ekavachana ending.
How will you say 20 boys?
Vimshati Balakaha.
Uttamam. How will you say, I am giving a book to 20 boys?
Aham.
First of all, what is the ending of Vimshati? It is Ikaranta. Mati Shabda.
Yeah.
So now, to 20 boys. Which Vibhakti?
20 means Chaturthi.
Chaturthi Vibhakti. Uttamam. Now, Vimshati. How will you make it in 4th Vibhakti? Chaturthi Vibhaktyam. Katham.
Vimshati Bihi, is it?
That is
Ekavachananta.
You will have to use Ekavachananta forms. So you will not use Matihi, Mati, Matayaha. You will never
that
use
is what you're saying. Okay, it should be
You
Ekavachana.
will use only the first column of that Mati Shabdaha.
Vimshati.
You are
Vimshatyai.
in Trithya.
Is it my internet? Is it my internet that is causing problems? I think it is mine. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Mohoday.
Okay. So Vimshati, you want Chaturthi Vibhakti. How will you say Chaturthi Vibhakti?
Vimshatyai.
Vimshatyai. And then how will you say to boys? 2 boys. Not 2. I'm saying
Vimshatyai Pustakani.
Ekameva Pustakam. I don't know how I'm going to give one Pustakam to 20 boys, but that is the sentence.
Okay.
Pustakam aham dadami. Ekam Pustakam. Vimshatyai boys.
Balakai.
Balakaihi is Tritiya.
Oh, sorry.
So Chaturthi?
Balakaya is again Ekavachana.
So you want Bahuvachanam.
Balakabhyah.
Balakebhyah. Very confusing. How do you do this? You leave the Sankhya Vachakam out. You are very good when you don't have the Sankhya Vachaka Shabda. Leave it out. Say, I am first going to give a Pustakam to the boys. So then you know it has to be boys. That boys has to be in Chaturthi Vibhakti. So then you go through, you can say your table also. Balakaha, balakau, balakaha, balakebhyah, you'll land. So aham Pustakam balakebhyah dadami. Now you go and say, okay, it is 20. It is Vimshati. Vimshati onwards. Anytime I have Vimshati onwards, I have to use only Ekavachananta endings. It is Vimshati. It is any Ikaranta ending. It will follow the Mati Shabdaha. So you look at your Mati. Matihi, Mati, Matayaha, like that. And then you look only at Ekavachana. So Vimshatyai or Vimshataye. Both Vikalpa Rupam. Mati Shabdaha is Vikalpa Rupam. Both are acceptable. So Vimshataye Balakebhyaha. or vimshatyai balakebhyah. Like that. Prathama vibhakti, it becomes easy. It is when it is any other vibhakti. When it comes to any other vibhakti, that's when it gets hard. So when you want to go to vimshati, when you want to say, I see 20 boys. How will you say that? Start with I see boys. Chinta mastu mahode. Dhanyavadha. 20 boys. How will you say I see 20 boys?
Aham
Just say I see boys.
Okay. Aham I see boys. Okay. Aham balakaha drishtami or
Pashyami.
pashyami. Okay.
Always start with the mula vakyam. Aham pashyami. Aham pashyami. So what is the vibhakti going to be? That balakaha. So aham kam pashyami, kam kau kan. Aham kan
So
pashyami.
Dvitya.
Kan pashyami.
No?
Tadatu.
Balakan pashyami.
Aham balakan pashyami. Aham kati balakan pashyami.
Vimshati. Okay, this is Mati Bahuvachana Dvitiya then.
Is it Bahuvachananta?
Oh, sorry, no. Okay, it should be Ekavachana only. So then Matim. Sorry, Matim, that means Vimshatim.
So Sampurna Vakyam?
Aham Vimshatim Balakan Pashyami.
Samyak. Aham Vimshatim Balakan Pashyami. Does everyone want to go and translate one sentence with Sankhya Vachaka? That exercise? Okay. Okay, Kanchan Mahade, Bhavati Aramam Karotu. Let me think. I go to the shop with 18 boys. I'm copying Haraprasad Mahode. He went with 5 women. I'm going 18 boys. Okay. All my students.
I go. So go is always will come in Dvitiya vibhakti. Aham vimshatim.
Do I go to the 18 boys or do I go to the store with 18 boys?
Okay, well, it will come Tritiya vibhakti.
Start with the Mula Vakyam. I go. Start with that and add on.
Aham apanam gacchami.
Samyak.
Aham
Kai saha. Leave the vimshati.
Okay. Aham balakaihi saha apanam gacchami.
Samyak. Now 18.
Aham vim
18.
Mati Shabda. Mati.
Vimshati na. Ashtadashan.
Oh, sorry. Aham ashtadashah. It will be in ekavachanam only, no?
No. What is it the Visheshanam of?
Ashtadasha.
No, you tell me. What is it the Visheshanam of? Kati balakaihi saha. So?
Ashtadashai.
Ashtadashabhihi.
I got confused.
No, it's okay. Ashtadashabhihi because it is nakaranta. So Sankhya Vachaka are not the easiest things to do.
Aham ashtadashabhihi balakaihi saha apanam gacchami.
Bahu samyak. Aham ashtadashabhihi balakaihi saha apanam gacchami. So until Navadashan, you will use Bahuvachananta endings. I don't care if it will be boys will be Bahuvachana. But the word itself we are going to use in Bahuvachananta endings. You have to make sure that the Vibhakti is correct. For everything after Pancha to Navadashan, does it have a Linga Bheda? Can we see a Linga Bheda in the words?
No.
Namode.
So that is one thing at least that is easy. there is only one linga pradarsanam that is happening there. Okay, so we only have to make sure that the vibhakti is correct. So first you make your statement with your mula vakyam. Add on. Always do the adding on. Aham gacchami. Aham kutra gacchami. Aham apanam gacchami. Aham kena saha apanam gacchami. Kaihi saha apanam gacchami. Balakaihi saha apanam gacchami. Kati balikaihi saha. Ashtadashabhihi balakaihi saha apanam gacchami. That is the only way you can make sure you're not making mistakes at our stage. Afterwards, it will flow. That's
so, Mahoday, in case that 18 boys, instead of that, it is 18 girls also, it will be same.
Vadatu, Bhavan Vadatu.
Ashtadashabhihi only, I think.
Ashtadashabhihi balikabhihi. I have to think. Balikabhihi saha apanam gacchami. Okay. So just because we're
Balaka and so if it's girls, balakabhihi, otherwise balakaihi.
Because it is akaranta, Rama Shabdaha. So Rama, Rame, Ramaha, Ramam, Rame, Ramaha, Ramaya, Ramabhyam, Ramabhihi. So Balikabhihi. You have as much time as you want to do the pariksha. So take your time, say the table in your head, and then do it. It's good practice. And if in the end you really have no idea, look it up. Who cares? As long as you're learning, it's not a problem. It's recorded also. It's gone on YouTube. No problem. They also heard me. It's purely for learning. This is for learning. Nothing. So this is not there should be no fear factor. There should be only a learning. That goal should be there. Nothing else. Rajashri Mahodaya, do you want me to give you a sentence or do you want to make a sentence on your own?
You give it, Mahodaya.
I'll give it. Okay. In 98 students, I have faith in 98 students. Vishwasimi. Aham Vishwasimi.
Yeah.
Vishwasam karomi.
Aham 98 students, right? Ashtanavati Chatreshu Vishwasimi.
Chatreshu Vishwasimi.
No, Ashtanavati should become the Saptami. Okay. Navati is it is Ikaranta, is it?
Correct. Mati Shabdavat.
Mati Shabdavat. So it is Matyam. Navatyam Matreshu Vishwasimi.
Bahu Samyak. Tadeva. Very good.
But why did that go into Bahuvachan?
What will go into Bahuvachanam?
No, you said anything above Vimshati will be Ekvachana Rupa.
So what is the Saptami Vibhakti of Mati in Ekavachanam?
Matyam. Oh, sorry.
Correct. Matyam Matau. Dvayamapi asti. Vikalpa rupam asti.
Matyam is Ekvachanam only.
Ekavachanam only. Break it up. Just because we've learned this new Sankhya Vachaka Visheshanam that we're adding on, don't forget your old Vibhaktis. Okay. So you first make your plain old sentence without the Sankhya Vachakam Purna Pratyanta. Make your old sentence. Then add it in. When you're adding it in, be careful. Like she correctly did it. She said Ashtanavati. And then she said, oh, it should be in Saptami Vibhakti. And then she went and saw what it is in Mati Shabdaha and she corrected the form. Take your time with it. Nobody is there to check. Nobody is there timing you. So at this point in time, we just have to practice it. It's not easy. It's not easy. It's hard enough to the difficulty that, and people make enough mistakes with it that they've actually put it into that Bhasha Paka book. So people make so many mistakes with it. And the more common use of Sankhya Vachaka and Purna Pratyanta is we use it in Samasta Padam. So we can say Ashtanavati Chatreshu and make it a Samasta Padam. Makes life easier. That's what we used to do. We are used to saying that. But because we are learning this and we should know it, we are doing Ashtanavatyam Chatreshu Vishwasimi iti. Tatra. Okay? Okay. Tina Mahode, do you want to make your own sentence or shall I give you one? If you
Give
guys, if
me.
you all make your own sentence, then I'm happy with that also. Sankhya Vachakam.
No, give me one.
Give you one. Okay. I'm putting Purna Pratyanta with the Sankhya Vachaka. So, of the 60 students, the 31st student's name is Tina. So just say, the student's name is Tina. Start there.
Balak.
Chhatra.
Chhatra.
So,
The 6 vibhakti, no?
Rama.
Chhatrayam.
Chhatrayaha.
Yes. Chhatrayaha nama Tina asti.
Same. Chhatrayaha nama Tina asti. Now, say the, what did I say? 30th.
31st.
Okay. 31st student's name is Tina. Can you say that? 31st. Now, what is it? Is it Sankhya Vachaka or is it Purna Pratyanta?
Purna.
Purna Pratyanta. Good.
Purna
Now,
Pratyanta.
31st. How do you make that a Purna Pratyanta?
Sarit what?
Don't worry about that. First you tell me what is 31. Make it Sankhya Vachaka 31.
Eka trimshat.
Eka trimshat. Eka trimshat. How do you make it a Purna Pratyanta? Anything above Vimshati, what do you do to make it a Purna Pratyanta?
Tama.
Tamaha tami tamam. So, Eka trimshat tami, because it is Strilingam.
Yes.
So now tell me, the 31st student's name is?
Eka trimshat tami Chhatrayaha nama Tina asti.
Uttamam. Parantu chintayatu. Ekavimshattami nama va. Then it will become Ekavimshattamam nama. Ekatrimshattamam nama. What is the Ekatrimshat, the adjective of? It is the Visheshanam for what? What is it describing? Chhatra. So that is why I made it Ekatrimshattami. What is the vibhakti of Chhatra? So this is Nadi Shabdavat.
Ekatrimshattah.
Ekatrimshattamyaha. Nadyaha. Tamyaha. It's not easy. Not easy. So, Ekatrimshattamyaha Chhatrayaha nama Tina. Okay. Now I said, among the 60 students, which vibhakti will we use for among?
Saptami.
Saptami. Good. Now, among students, can you say among the students?
Chhatreshu.
Chhatreshu. Now, 60, how will you say 60?
Shashti.
Shashti. Is this going to be a Purna Pratyanta or a Sankhya Vachaka? 60
Sankhya.
Students.
Sankhya.
So, Chhatreshu. So, make Shashti in the correct vibhakti.
Shashthyah.
Shashtyam. Shashtyam. Because you're doing Saptami.
Yes.
Saptami.
Okay.
So,
Shashtyam.
Chhatreshu.
Ekavimshat.
Ekatrimshatyaha. Am I saying it wrong?
Ekatrimshatyaha.
Ekatrimshattamyaha. Kshamyatam.
Ekatrimshattamyaha. Chhatrayaha. Nama Tina asti.
Yes. Did everybody understand? Did you understand how we did it?
Yes.
Okay. So one step at a time. It takes time. It looks more confusing than it is. When you're adding it on, You just have to remember the right vibhakti, right vachanam. Which is it the adjective for? You have to correct it then. In the beginning, write your sentence as is, and then correct the vibhaktis, correct the endings, all that. See which is the purna pratyanta, which is the sankhya vachaka. From now on, like we did last lesson, every one of you bring a sentence with sankhya vachaka and purna pratyanta. I don't care about the pariksha or not, pariksha drishyana, but for our own practice. We did it last time. I think that was good practice. If we keep practicing like this, everybody bring one sentence with purna pratyanta and sankhya vachaka. Kanchan Mahoday?
Mahoday.
Vadatu?
Karomi. Practice karomi.
Chitta mastu. We all have to. We all have to practice. I have to practice definitely. Hina Mahoday bhavati karotu. What do you did a beautiful one with the gopikas last time, just like I did this time. So do you want to do your own or do you want me to tell you? Sorry, you're on mute, Mahoday.
You give me, I will try. You give
Okay.
me.
Okay. The fourth student in the line gives 5 girls a sari. Or say the fourth student gives 5 girls a sari. I should have prepared a sentence again, sorry.
5 girls.
A sari. So what do you want to say? What is the Moola Vakyam there? Leave all the Purna Pratyanta, the Sankhya Vachakam out. The student gives girls a sari.
Chatraha.
The student. Ekameva Chatraha. Ekaha.
Chatra.
Chatraha kim karoti? Kriyapadam kim?
Give. Dadati.
Kaha dadati?
Satikam.
Kaha dadati?
Student. Chatraha.
Chatraha dadati. Chatraha kam dadati?
Shatikam.
dadati. Chatraha kabhyah dadati? To whom?
Fourth student. So
two girls. He gives shatika to the girls.
Girls.
So kabhyah dadati?
Chatra.
Chatraha dadati. Chatraha shatikam dadati. Chatrabhyah dadati to the girl students. Uttamam. So chatraha chatrabhyah shatikam dadati. Now add on. What did I say? Fourth student. Fourth student. So is that going to be Purna Pratyanta or a Sankhya Vachaka?
Purna Pratyanta.
Fourth.
Chaturtha.
So Chaturtha is describing which word?
Students.
Student. Chatraha.
Student.
Yaha dadati.
Student.
Eva chaturtha.
Chaturtha.
So what vibhakti should it be?
Chaturtha chatram.
Chatraha.
Chaturtham chatram.
Kaha dadati?
Chaturtham chatram. No, fourth. It will be fourth vibhakti. Yeah.
No. The fourth student gives. Chaturtha chatraha dadati.
Chaturtha chatra dadati.
Idanim. Two. How many girls? I don't remember. Whatever it is.
Fifth girl. 5 girls.
5 girls. Which is that? Is that Sankhya Vachakam or Purna Pratyantam?
Sankhya Vachakam.
Okay. So now what will it be? Chatrabhyah dadati. Katibhyah chatrabhyah?
Panchabhyah.
Panchabhyah. So Sampurnam Vakyam vadatu.
Chaturtha chatraha. Panchabhyah. Chatrabhyah.
My internet, I think, is breaking up. Shamita. Can you hear me?
छात्राभ्यः छात्रः.
My internet connection is unstable. Shamita. Let me just. I'll just hotspot my thing. 1 second.
Can hear you.
We can hear you, Mohode.
We can hear you.
Okay. I think I'm getting disconnected and reconnect. 1 second. Okay. Can you hear me now? Shruyate va? Hari Om? Hari Om? Shruyate va? Kshamyatam. I just moved to hotspot. My internet connection is doing something funny. It's raining outside. Mahodaya, so the full sentence was Chaturthah Chhatrah Panchabhyah
छात्राभ्यः शाटिकां ददाति.
Shatikam dadati. So there the one mistake, the other mistake that is common is Panchabhyah, because you want to make it lingam. You want to make the lingam to also match. But Pancha, remember, is the same in Samanamasti Lishingeshu. Panchabhyah iti bhavati. Okay? Okay.
Mahodaya, you couple of, in the couple of minutes ago you said among, which vibhakti did you say?
Among, you can use either 7th or 6th. It doesn't matter. Both are correct.
Yeah.
So, Chatreshu noche Chatranam. Dvayamapi Chatranam. Dvayamapi samyak tatra.
Okay. Okay, that's all I wanted to know.
Chinta mastu. Okay. Vijay Menon Mahodaya Bhavan karati va?
So one I forgot that in the line. The 4 students in the line.
In the line, so Avali.
Avali, okay.
So that will be which we
Avalyam.
Samyak. Chaturtha. Avalyam Chaturtha Chatrah Panchabhyah Chatrabhyah Shatikam dadati.
Okay.
Okay. It's a little complicated. It doesn't matter. We keep working on it. Vijay Menon Mahodaya Bhavan ekam vakyam. So, among 40 students, among 40 students, the second student is taller than the 4th student.
You.
Can you repeat, madam? Among 40 students.
Among 40 students, the second student is taller than the 4th student.
Do we have time today?
Yeah, we have time.
Everybody, we can work on this together. How about we work on this together? Let me put it into a Google Doc. 1 minute. It's not easy, Mahodaya, but it's a little bit of just a little bit of fun, if that's okay with everyone, since we're practicing anyway. So okay. So among 40 students. So that one should be simple right now. So not simple, but among 40 students, what did I say? The second student, is it?
Yeah, the second student is taller than the 4th.
Second student taller than 4th. Okay. So Chatvarimshat, is it?
40. Good. So first of all, 40 is Chatvarimshat. Is that a Purna Pratyanta or is it a Sankhya Vachaka?
Sankhya Vachaka.
Okay. So first of all, students, among the students, how do you say that?
Chatreshu.
Chatreshu. Okay. Chatreshu.
Chatvarimshat.
Chatvarimshat is the Pratipadikam. Sankhya Vachaka. Which vibhakti do we want it to be?
Yes, Saptami only, no?
Saptami. Because it is more than 20, which anta will it be? Bahuvachana or Bahuvachananta or Ekavachananta?
Oh, Ekavachana.
Good. Now this will be Sarit Shabdavat.
Sariti.
So Chatvarimshati. Sariti. Like the Takaranta Shabdas. Mahat, Mahati.
Chatvarimshati. Chatreshu. Then we have to find the second.
We've done that. Now let's talk about the second and the fourth student. When we are comparing two students, which vibhakti will we use? Suppose we want to say Rama is greater than is older than Lakshmana.
Panchami.
Good. Okay. So now say this one is let's just go is Shrestha. Let's say we know Shrestha. So just go greater. Okay. Or older.
Unnataha.
Unnataha. Okay. Let's go with taller. Okay. We are okay with taller. Okay. Next. So how are we going to say this? The student is taller than the student. Can we say that?
No.
Can we say the student is taller than the student? Without the second and the fourth. Just say the student is taller than the student. Can you say that for me?
No.
Chatrat chatraha
Chatrat chatraha unnataha asti. Samyak. Does everybody agree?
Amode.
Okay. Now, Chatrat, than the fourth student. So that one has to be fourth here, right? This one has to be second.
Second.
Okay. So second. So we have to put that in the correct. So fourth is what? Which is it Sankhya Vachaka or Purna Pratyanta?
Purna Pratyanta.
Purna Pratyanta. Fourth. Ganesh Chaturthi. But this will be what lingam? Let's go Pullingam.
Panchami.
Pullingam.
Okay. I didn't give you because student I said. Let's go with boy student. Okay. Pullingam. So what is Purna Pratyanta form for fourth in Pullingam?
Chatvari, right?
Chaturtha.
Chaturtha.
Chaturtha. So now Chaturtha, fourth is describing Chatrat. So it has to be in which vibhakti?
Panchami.
Panchami. Is there any rule for which anta it has to be for Purna Pratyanta?
Pratama.
Prathama, this isn't Chaturthi vibhakti, this is Panchami vibhakti. Does it have to be Ekavachananta like that? Does it have to be like that? It is usually Ekavachananta.
No.
Ekavachana. It's always Ekavachana, no?
Because it is one student.
No.
One student.
No. Bahuvachana.
Bahuvachana.
Is it fourth students?
Chaturthapya.
Purna Pratyanta will always
Purna Pratyanta will be
singular.
Will be Ekvachana.
Exactly, singular. Because you're talking about one student, the fourth student.
Fourth student.
So
Chaturthat.
Chaturthat. Chatrat. Okay, that one's done. Second student. Second, this is easy because this is which vibhakti? Chatraha unnataha asti.
Dvitiyaha.
Dvitiyaha. Samyak. Dvitiyaha chatraha unnataha asti. It wasn't that bad. Managed. Not bad. Good job. Any questions on that one? Anybody have questions?
We'll need help like this to do it.
Yeah. I also need help, Mahodaya. Even I was getting confused about should I say Unnata Tamaha, Unnata Taraha. I was doing some weird thing and all in my head. But this is perfect. It came out well. So when you do it in the pariksha, it's not going to be this hard. You're not going to be comparing second with the fourth. You're not going to be saying among 40 students, the second student is present. Something like that will be there. So the pariksha will not be that hard. But Parantu, my exercises are never coming from pariksha drishti. Okay. So when we practice these sentences, it will be more, I'll try to make it more complex because we're working together in a class. So what I can do is for next week, but you already have pariksha next week. So pariksha, when you do for pariksha, I won't add it. But from the week after that, maybe I'll write 5 sentences in English that we'll do Anuvadam together with Purna Pratyanta and Sankhya Vachaka.
Yeah. We need to practice, yeah.
Okay. So what I'll do is from not this week because you have pariksha already. From next week onwards, and one of your jobs is to remind me because I'm guaranteed to forget. Almost 100% guaranteed to forget. So your job will be to remind me to write 5 sentences in English that I will put in the signal group, and then you translate it and you bring it to class and we'll work on fixing it together. Because when we do it separately, we'll make a mistake somewhere here and there. But when we do it together, we'll fix it up. Does that sound like a good plan to solidify this?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And is there any of the books that we have bought which has got this detailed elaborately?
No, see, the problem is when you do, they have it separately, Purna Pratyanta, and they have Sankhya Vachaka separately, but it's not treated in as much detail as I'm doing with you.
Mahoday, Bhasha Pravesha too has it,
Does
right?
it have? I don't have.
Yeah, it has detailed exercises, right? Bhasha Pravesha.
Okay, can you do me a favor? Can you send in the group the page numbers? Just the chapter number.
Yeah.
Just send the chapter.
Yeah, I
number.
will send it.
Thank you. Blessing.
I will send.
That is a blessing.
I will send it, Mahoday.
Okay. So
Dithiya Bhagaha.
So you can all do that. Don't do everything at one go, because then you'll do it well for 1 week and then you'll forget.
Mahoday, but for Gruha Karyam, Bhasha Pravesha too, that's what given, right? For Purna Pratyaya. Yes, it was.
Okay. Okay. But no harm in looking at it every once in a while here and there. But but even there, I don't think it's as complicated as the sentences I was giving you, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. I have a tendency to do that. And I apologize if it is causing any confusion. I have a tendency.
No, ma'am. In fact,
No.
it is making our brain work more.
Okay. But I don't want to scare anybody. So please don't be scared. Huh? Don't be afraid of the learning.
Mahodaya, you know,
Mahodaya,
what I have found is that, most of the time the Shikshakaha give udaranani is saralaga sandhi. Graha karyam ativa katinat.
Correct. I'm opposite, is it?
Yeah. No. I mean, I don't, single out who is giving this, harder one, who is giving. But I observe that, it's like, that's where we found difficult,
I see. Okay. So you prefer to have it harder udaharanani in class. It's okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
one or two. I mean, not everything.
Not everything. But once we've learned it, practicing make it harder is okay with you. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Haraprasad Mahodaya, your hand is up. You have something to say?
Yeah. You said comparing is Panchami. Panchami also for to say from Vrikshat.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes. So when you think about this apadanam, don't think in terms of translating. You should be thinking in terms of bhava. So fifth means something is sthira, something is steady, and from that the other thing comes. So when you're comparing, what happens? One thing is steady, and from that you're comparing. Do you see that? That is why it is Panchami. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
So if you
one thing is the Vriksha is sthira, and you're comparing the sthira to something else.
Correct. The Vrikshaha is there, and maybe there is a boy, and say Vrikshat balakaha balakat Vrikshaha unnataha asti. No chet Vrikshat balakaha vamanaha asti. Comparing like that. So the best one of the slides I would really I sat and I worked so much on it is that first slide, that vibhakti, all the summaries of all the reasons when the vibhakti is used. Where is alam used? Where is rochate used? Where is the upapada vibhaktis? That slide set, no, you should be looking at all the time, because that slide, if you're good at that set of things, that vibhaktis, then your vibhaktis will be pakka with that.
Okay. Yeah, I got it. Now, but when I look at the slides that is published, if the way it is done is slides for 16, 17, 18.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
It does not specific to a particular batch.
No, because we are all.
So, excuse me, let me complete. So, for example, I was trying to look into the slides that you presented last week, and I cannot find it. There's only one set of slides, which is in B1.
Is it? You couldn't find the Vriddhi Sandhi and Guna Sandhi?
I had the same thing, same kind of confusion, right?
Yeah,
Because
it is not. For example, today you said, for example, you said the sloka for Vakarasya something.
That is not on the slides, Mahodaya.
No,
That is
you
in the
showed
Hindi.
some.
Huh.
You showed something on the screen. Okay. And you wrote how the Utpannasthana is coming. Those things, you showed it as though it is a slide. It is not a slide. How did you show that then?
It is a PDF that I had put on the Signal group that you haven't received for some reason. That is what, I'll make a slide. I'll make a separate slide for class starters and I'll put it into the class.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Now, so you are referring to the first class with the vibhakti, it says rochate and all that you said.
Yes.
Where can I see that?
It is there. If you go to if you scroll up to Griha Karyam and go to class 1 slides.
Okay.
Class 1 was it, Mahodaya?
Yeah,
class
yeah.
1 or 2? Class
1 and
2.
2, both are there.
It does not matter, it is 1 or 2. There is only one set of slides.
Yes. Yes.
Who publishes that slide?
All of us?
Huh?
All of us publish it. I don't know.
All the 3 teachers together.
Okay, that means it's dedicated from one teacher.
No. All of us use the same set of slides. But I am usually the lagging behind one. And you'll find that I'm the slowest.
No. I'm not communicating my question correctly then. Okay, so if I go to the first or the second class and look at the slides, I should be able to see what you are saying.
Yes.
Okay, because in the last class, I wanted to see your slides, and there is one common slides, and that does not really correspond 100% to your class. It corresponds to Bhanu's class.
No, so I think because the pace is slightly different, you might find that sometimes we might have not covered a topic in this class, but it is there in the slide because they went ahead a little bit. That's possible. But eventually, I think Mahodaya also will cover up, and next class, this would be covered. Same slide would be covered.
That's right.
Vijay Mahodaya, I mean, I agree with Paraprasad this thing, because I have also found this kind of a confusion. I tell you, I think it's 20 or 21st slide. I have seen 2 different sources. One is 15 slides and another is 19 slides.
Oh God.
Yes.
I don't know. 21 is that we haven't covered it yet. That is the Chittana Pratyaha. I have not even touched it.
Yeah, of course, that is another one. I don't know whether it is. We
Don't look at it, please. If you don't watch the video for, I think the only person who's covered it is Surya Mahodaya. So if you don't look at the B2 batch videos, please don't look at that week 21 slides. Would it be better if when I put it in the class notes, I will write which week slides also next to it? I'll write
that is there.
No, because
that's why
they're all there, but I will put which slides specially I'm covering in class. Will that help?
Yeah, I think nowadays that's why we can see in each week 3 slides are being given, because it depends on which teacher has done which slide, right? That's why.
No. It does not indicate which teacher has done.
It doesn't indicate.
I'll do that from today. I'll do
that.
No,
I've seen some of the PPT. It says that this is prepared by this. This is prepared by that. Somewhere I saw that.
Oh, is it?
The PPT.
We do it in rounds, Mahodaya. So sometimes I do, sometimes Bhanu Mahodaya does, sometimes Surya Mahodaya does. So it actually doesn't matter, because we all look at it and fix it up together in the end. So there's no one person who's in charge of the slides. The only time you'll see that it is clearly me when some weird things come up in the exercises, then you can clearly tell I made the slide. That is when it happens. So like those weird Sambhashanams and all, then you'll see, then you'll know, Anu Mahodaya made it, you'll know. But other than that, we are all part of the making of all the homeworks and the slides. Yeah. But what I will do from now on, today we didn't use any of the slides. From now on, I apologize. I didn't realize it was a problem. I will make sure that when I write, in brackets, I put B3, I will put week 19 slides or week 18 slides or week 20 slides. I'll put that in the brackets also. So you'll be able to see which slides we have to look at. Is that will that help?
Yes, Mahoday.
Yeah.
Shamyata.
Mahodaya, I had a doubt.
Yes.
Just this Purna Pratyantya is only singular, is it? Ekavachananta, is it?
You tell me why. You tell me in an
Because
English sentence.
The first student, it goes the 80th student.
Yes.
So it's only singular.
That's right. You cannot have the 88th students. If you do that, then it will be the 80th group of students. It will still be singular. Correct?
Though it has all the vachanas when you write it, but actually usage will be only the singular.
Let's
meaning,
not even talk about that. It becomes more complex. There are times when they use the Bahuvachanantas. We will not do that. I don't even understand how to do it. We are only working with singular. Okay. There is a lot more involved in this. There is a whole book called, here in India, there's a book called Sankhya Prapanchaha that Samskrita Bharati has published. A very nice book. It talks about how to write dates. It talks about how to write longer Sankhya words and all that. But at our level, I found it wasn't that useful. Like even I can't understand more than the first chapter. When I try to understand it, I'm saying even but I cannot understand the first chapter. So it gets a little bit hard. But hopefully with time, we can do something with it. We'll see. That's all. But it's a very interesting concept. The reason it's a very interesting concept is because all of these things, when you practice with it, it actually makes our foundation stronger. We understand our vibhaktis, we understand the antas. So later, if you suppose you go on deeper into grammar, you'll be able to see, look, they're talking about supratyas, the ekavachananta endings. It is not, the word itself has this internally associated with it. It is not related to the fact that it's 20 students, that's why it's a bahuvachananta. It's like that. It gives you a deeper understanding of the grammatical formulation of the language, which is also important in a way. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
You know, I enjoy watching all the 3 videos or 3 classes, and I found that the approaches each of you follow is slightly different, which is good. I mean, like you come to know many points. I mean, of one particular thing. Yes. I mean, somewhere I find that the definition of the concept is clear in one, but in others it's not very clear. Yes. So that's kind of a thing. Like whenever I see the questions like what is sandhi, what is the this thing. So I mean, you don't find the exact answer in the slides or somewhere, but then you have to, when you look at the different videos, then you get that answer for that.
Definitely. Definitely. The more we get, the more different number of, like I have like 5 different gurus that I go and ask the same question to, and I'll finally understand the answer to that question when it's a complicated question. So 100%, totally understand. And it's always the learning that is the goal. So if you find anything confusing, whether you're talking about my class, Bhanumadhya's class, anything, I would really recommend that you let us know, you give us the feedback. Because our goal is also to make sure that you understand, but we will also understand at a deeper level when we teach it properly. So it is useful in both ways. So please give feedback without any sankocham, and we're very happy to take it on. So
Mahodaya, that sentence, Mahabharata war lasted.
I talked to my guru. Yes. So that one was actually Dvitiya Vibhakti.
Dvitiya.
So Dvitiya. Mahabharata Yuddham Pravrittam asit. Pravrittam was happening. Pravrittam, there you should say Ashtadasha dinani Pravrittam asit. Iti bhavati tatra.
Dinani is
Dvitiya. Dvitiya Vibhakti. I wanted to tell you in the beginning of class, I forgot. Thank you for reminding me. So it will be Dvitiya Vibhakti there.
Mahodaya, I thought Dina is Pullinga and Napunsakalinga, both, right?
Dinam?
Dina Shabda.
Dinam is, I only thought Napum. Is it there in Kosha with both?
No. After I checked it last week. Now I forgot, but I thought it was both. But I may be wrong. I will check.
The other way, the other Vikalpa Rupam, you can also use Saptami Vibhakti, like you said, because it is time. He said it is correct. So Ashtadashasu Dineshu Pravritam Yuddham iti api vaktum shaknumaha.
Oh yeah, because that was the instinct for me.
Yes,
Saptami
that
was
is also correct.
instinctively.
That is also correct. It is not Chaturthi. It is wrong. Chaturthi is wrong. It is, you can only use Panchami for time. That is, since it has been happening since that much time, you can use Panchami. But for this, it is for Pravritam, you will use it as Dvitiya Vibhakti or Saptami Vibhakti. So to say the Mahabharata war went on for 18 days, you'll say Mahabharata Yuddham Ashtadasha Dinani Pravritam Asit. No chet Mahabharata Yuddham Ashtadasha, help me here.
Ashtadasheshu dineshu.
Ashtadashasu Dineshu Pravritam Asit. Yes.
Okay.
Ashtadashasu Dineshu. Tadeva.
Dhanyavada Mom.
Chinta mastu. Okay.
Kshamyatam,
Somebody say the
Mahoday.
Prarthana Shlokam and then we'll answer more questions.
One
Mahoday.
Mahoday, next week I'm not available, Mahoday. I'm sorry. Hari Prasad Mahoday, I can say the Maheshwara Sutrani.
Oh, Chinta
Because Labor Day, right? So I have guests. So
we'll miss you in class. No problem. That's okay.
yes, I missed too.
Okay. So will you say the Prarthana, will you say the Shanti Mantram now, please? Bhagya Mahoday.
Sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramayaha, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschid dukkha bhag bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Dhanyavada.
Hari Om. Dhanyavada. Eka nimisham, I will stop the recording.